Hi, and welcome to the Watch and Whisper channel, where if I'm interested, I'm talking about it. But today you're in for a treat because you're going to be cooking with G Butterfly. Yes, that's one of the things that I'm actually interested in. I love cooking. I've been doing it for a very long time. I grew up with my grandmother and my mother, and they were always cooking, and they made sure that my sister and I knew how to cook. One thing I want to stress is that one of the first things my grandmother always taught was cleanliness when we were in the kitchen. So yes, I've already washed my hands, and actually I did it on another video, so now I can't switch back. But I did wash my hands, so you don't have to worry about that. Well, there's a sandwich that I eat at work, and it's called a hot MOZZ. And it's actually a open-faced mozzarella sandwich. Well, I said, you know what? I was going to come home and try to do it myself and just put my own spin on it. So what I'm going to do is show you the ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and put the sandwich together. It doesn't take really long. I'm actually letting my onions sweat a little while right now. I'm letting my onions sweat because actually that's going to be the longest thing, is letting the onions sweat, because everything else is pretty much ready to be put together on the sandwich. So I'm going to turn my camera around so that you could see what we actually have on the sandwich that we're going to be using today. So we're actually going to be using sun-dried tomatoes, which I love. I'm going to put these in some water while my onions are sweating so that they can get moist. Bacon pieces. These are 100% bacon pieces. I don't like those old hard, dry bacon bits, and I am a huge HEB fan. But I'm going to use bacon pieces because I didn't feel like actually frying any bacon. I'm going to use sliced mushrooms that come in a jar. This is fresh mozzarella, which I absolutely love. And this, what size is it? A 1 pound size. It actually already comes pre-sliced. So that's perfect for me because that's what I was going to have to do anyway, was slice it. Well, also have to have pesto sauce. This sandwich is going to be delicious. So pesto sauce, we're going to be using that. Balsamic vinegar. I love balsamic vinegar. I'm actually going to add it to my onions once I sweat them, and the mushrooms. And to pull my whole sandwich together, I'm going to be using just some regular sub buns that I found at HEB. So let me go ahead and check my onion. They're sweating right now. And they're almost as translucent as I would like them. So I'm going to let them sweat just a little while longer. I'm going to add my mushrooms. So as you can see, I've opened the jar, I've added the mushrooms, and again, my onions are still sweating, which is what I wanted them to do. And I'm going to show you a seasoning that I added into this. This is really good. I think my mom said she found it at Ross. Oh my God, it's so good and very aromatic. So I'm just letting my mushrooms warm up. You know, mushrooms really don't have to cook. I'm more so waiting for my onion to really get a little more translucent. I added just a little olive oil when I started. Even though this is a non-stick skillet, I still wanted to add just a little olive oil. So once my onions cook a little bit longer, then I'm going to add my balsamic vinegar. As you can see, I've sweated my onions and I've added the balsamic vinegar. And I like cooking with balsamic vinegar because it gives your food just a kick. And there's a tang to balsamic vinegar that you really can't find anywhere else. So I wanted to do this and let my onion and mushroom absorb the flavors of the balsamic vinegar. And it's going to reduce and thicken up just a tad. So as you can see, my mushrooms and my onions have absorbed the balsamic vinegar, and I've also added the bacon pieces in there. So this is going to marry really well with the pesto sauce that we're going to put on our bread when we start assembling our sandwich. So as you can see, I slathered the pesto sauce on my bun. I also have my sun-dried tomatoes sitting in a little liquid and olive oil because I wanted them to become a little bit more pliable. So when you bite into it, it wasn't as stiff as when it came out of the package. And as you can see, that's ready to go. I don't know about anybody else, but I love cooking. I like trying new things. So I'm going to assemble this sandwich and then I'm going to plate it, and then we'll talk about how it tastes. Before we go in the toaster oven, look at all that yumminess. Just yummy. I actually put the sun-dried tomatoes on top of the pesto with the fresh mozzarella. Too bad you don't have smell-o-vision where you can smell this sandwich. Oh my God, the aroma is really tickling my nose. This is going to be a delicious sandwich. You can see how the mozzarella is starting to really melt. It's fresh mozzarella. You can never go wrong with fresh mozzarella. You cannot. The pesto, you have the balsamic, the bacon, the mushrooms, the onion. You are going to wish you were here eating this sandwich, I'm telling you. I know my mom is waiting to get her one. But I'm going to let this continue to cook. I want it to get really bubbly on the top. And I'm going to end this video and say thank you so much for cooking with G Butterfly today. And if you come back to the next video, you'll see the reveal of the sandwich and we'll talk about how it tastes. Thanks so much for coming over to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you on the next video. We'll talk about how it tastes because you see it's still melting. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming over to my channel. Bye, London. Bye, Bam. Come back for video 2.